Today I'm gonna show you guys how I made this West Coast beat for Larry June and Roddy Ricch. So I started off by finding this 90's sample. The sample is called I'm Your Present by Christopher Williams, and due to copyright reasons I won't play the original sample. The original sample had a BPM of 120 or 60. So first off I set the BPM to 92 and I pitched up the sample one semitone and I added an EQ and some reverb. And here's how it sounds now. And then I went on to adding a snare and a snap. And I took this snare and this snap. And here's how they sound together. And with the sample. And after that I added this shaker loop. And then I went on to add this bell. And this bell really adds some classic bounce, which you can hear in a lot of Larry June beats. And after that I laid down the kicks, and I used this one. And after that I added this hi-hat. And instead of having the hi-hats at C5, I put them at D5. And I played a lot with the velocity here. And now it's time to add some bounce. So I took this sub bass from Cookin Soul's drum kit. And I laid down this bass line. And to make it really bouncy, as you can see I just laid down very short notes here. And I also played a lot with the panning. And then I added this open hi-hat. And this open hi-hat adds even more bounce. And here is the drums without the open hi-hat. And with the open hi-hats. And before the first drop I added this crash. And I also played with the bass line. So the bass line kind of builds up right here along with the crash before the drop. And at the very beginning of the beat I have another crash. And I have this crash hitting a couple of times at the beginning of the beat. And also in the intro I have this Conor McGregor quote.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
And in the middle of the beat I have this kind of slide sound. And I use that sound to kind of like stop the beat. And after this slide stop right here, I kind of switch up the drums a little bit, and this drum switch really adds more bounce to the beat. And then I added this Vossy Bop a cappella by Stormzy, and I pitched it up one semitone.
My brothers don't die, we just Vossy Bop. I tell your girl to link me at the coffee shop. My brothers don't die, we just Vossy Bop. I tell your girl to link me at the coffee shop. Getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off. Hey. My brothers don't die, we just Vossy Bop. I tell your girl to link me at the coffee shop. Getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off. Hey. My brothers don't die, we just Vossy Bop.
And at the end of the acapella, I just played with the panning right here to fade it out. And the last thing I did with the beat was at the outro I have the original sample playing in halftime instead. Yeah, and that was it for this tutorial. When I was finished with this beat, the hardest part was figuring out like who would jump on this type of beat. But then I came to the conclusion that maybe this is a beat that would fit Roddy Ricch, Larry June, Perico, maybe Shoreline Mafia. And I think this is maybe not the most Roddy Ricch type of beat ever, but I really think that Roddy would jump on this and slide. So that's why I named this tutorial Roddy Ricch and Larry June, because I think they both would sound very good on this type of beat, to be honest. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll catch you guys next time.
We just Vossy Bop. I tell your girl to link me at the coffee shop. Getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a